holidays are nice, but it sure is nice when they're all done.
Yeah, I agree.
Going across the lake, when they don't come about, you always jump.
I'd like to call the organizational meeting of the Leland Dam Authority to order, this being the date and time for the posted meeting. And if we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and Steve, if you could lead us in that.
Please tell me at the end.
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I will move to roll call, and Commissioner Christensen,
Present.
Commissioner Greenan,
Here.
Richard Thompson,
Present?
Drew Warner,
Here.
Commissioner Ross is not present. Okay, sorry, I'm running both functions here, so I just have to have a second.
No problem.
Okay, next is approval of agenda. Do we have any late additions or any deletions?
Move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, there being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. That is limited to 3 minutes. Do we have anyone that would like to speak during public comment? Okay, the first action item for today's meeting will be election of our chairman. Any nominations require a second, so I would like to open the floor to nominations for chairman. Do we have any nominations?
Yes, I'll nominate Steve Christensen for chairman.
And is there a second to that?
Second?
And you're Mr. Thompson? Yes. Okay, we have a nomination for Steve Christensen to be chairman. Are there any other nominations? Okay, I will close the nominations. Sorry, I'm trying to do this both. Okay, with there being no further nominations, why don't we record Cama present? Cama, what we have on the floor right now is Steve's nomination. And so all those in favor of Steve Christensen being elected, nominated chairman of the Leland Dam Authority, if you could please signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. Any opposed? There being none, that's a 5 to, Cami, you did vote yes on that too?
Yes, please.
Thanks. Okay, so Drain Commissioner, Steve Christensen, you are elected chairman of the Leland Dam Authority, and I turn the meeting over to you.
Thanks, Michelle. I would entertain motion for nomination for vice chair. I nominate Garth Greenan.
Support.
Any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll close the nomination. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. We have a vice chair. Moving on to secretary, and this would be for signatures only, being that we are having the clerk's office be the recording secretary and all of the other secretarial duties. I would entertain a motion for the position of secretary. I nominate Cama Ross.
I'll second.
Are there any other nominations for secretary? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll close the nominations. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. We have a secretary. We need to set, going to number 2, we need to set the next meeting date. And it says future subjects, but I was looking back, we were thinking back in the good old days when things were kind of calm, we were thinking quarterly. I think what we'll do is probably see, with the calendars in hand, I'm just thinking that we're going to probably need to meet a little more frequently in the short term to get some movement on some of the things that we're working on. So let's take a peek. Just kind of chime in. Some of you may be doing some travel. So if, we're looking at, see, we're at the 10th.
14th?
I guess
Or the 7th?
February 14th? It's Valentine's Day, but,
I will be gone then, so.
okay.
I'm going to be out of town, unfortunately, in Kalamazoo.
21st?
You
Same.
will not, I'm sorry, I'm going to interject just a little bit. If we're going to use this room for your meetings, we will not be able to meet February 21st. We're holding early voting here, and so we're going to have certain days blocked off, and that is one day. We just can't take on one more thing for that day, and there's no room available. So if you could avoid that, we'd really appreciate it.
What about the 22nd?
You can't have that week of February.
Okay, that week is out.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
I should have been more
No,
clear. You
no,
can't have
no,
that
that's
week.
fine.
28th?
28th?
The
28th
28th, you could have of February. Any dates that you pick, what I'll do is after this meeting's done, I'll write these down and give them to make sure we have a room available for you. But we'll put this down to, is that a date you want?
Just raise your hand if the 28th works. Okay, let's do the 28th,
And what time would that start at?
10.
Okay.
And the maple syrup workshop is going to be that day, and that's, I'm guessing, downstairs.
That is, yes, it wouldn't be in this room, it's downstairs.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
So pancakes at some point, we can take a break, right?
We're talking pancakes and butter and syrup.
I'm there.
So we might do a little short break at some point. Well, that's excellent. Okay. All right.
Is that, you don't want to set a whole schedule for the year?
Correct, we do not.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll go meeting by meeting if that's all right with the group.
Oh, all right.
Figuring though, the Wednesday mornings are kind of our go-to.
Normal, yeah.
Normal, okay.
Yeah. And the reason for that is that, I'd like to see movement on what we're doing, and it'll take a few meetings to do that. And once we get to the point where we're
Sure.
stable, we could revert back to the quarterly, I think.
Do you want to do a motion to accept that date then?
I would entertain a motion.
I so move.
Second? Okay.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. We have the next meeting, February 28th. Okay, that gets us down to public comment. Seeing none, hearing none. Commissioner comments? Seeing none, hearing none, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Also moved.
Support, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned and we are organized.
Okay, give me just a second to get organized over here for your next meeting.